Hello there, everybody. And today for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'm reviewing the Tales of Leo. So, sorry I didn't review this episode last week. My internet went out, and I was unable to review this episode for a little bit. But now my internet's back, so now I'm here to talk about this show. So, Tales of Leo was a really good episode. We see the inner struggles with the brothers as they try to comfort a very injured Leonardo. But if you didn't know, the last time they were stuck in April's antique shop. They were locked in there while a gas leak happened when being ambushed by Shredder, and he caused the gas leak, causing an explosion. We thought that was it. They were all deceased, but nope. While they were trapped in there, it's revealed April had a secret entrance that they could escape in, and they all escaped in the nick of time. But Shredder first believes that the turtles are dead and their allies, but he starts to have second thoughts about if they were alive or not. So he's going to send Baxter Stockman, who is now in a wheelchair, who apparently his eye was slit off and his hand, ugh. You just feel sorry for him, even though he's evil. But apparently he's set to go investigate. But apparently they have no clue where they could go, since they can't go back to the lair, since the Foot Ninja are trying to take over the sewer. But Casey Jones gives them the idea of going back to his old grandma's house. I think it's his mom's house? I'm not sure. But they are able to go to Northampton, where they are going to get a lot of rest before they can go back to New York. But apparently, once they do arrive at the I think the farmhouse, they put Leo to rest, and they all reflect on what they could have done better. But Splinter assures them that they have to stay low for a little while before they can go back to New York. But this is where we get a bunch of tales of the Turtles where they reflect on their greatest moments with Leo. But we see them as little kids. We see them wearing their headbands over their heads, and they actually look adorable. We even hear the voice actors have a higher pitched voice, which I thought was nice. But we first hear Donnie's side of the story. Apparently when him and Leo were in the sewer, they were apparently playing with a toy turtle, I'm pretty sure, toy car. But apparently the toy car falls into the sewer, like a water area that's flooding, and Donnie tries to grab it, but he falls into the water and he almost drowns. But with the help of Leo, he's able to save him with his bravery. But I think that story was probably the most interesting, since Leo was able to show his compassion for Donnie, even though he was just trying to get his toy car. But even Donnie complains how he wanted his toy car back. But that was the memory between Leo and Donnie. But the next one is Mikey, who apparently was trying to make Leo laugh while he was trying to stay as still as possible. But of course, Mikey does try to jump Leo until Leo just flips him over and gets on top of him. And that scene was meant to be funny. But what really takes a turn is we see Raph's story. And he first tries to insult Leo, but Donnie tries to stop him, and it leads to them to argue until Raph decides to give his story, where him and Leo as little kids tried to do follow the leader, and they bump into a giant alligator. But apparently it's not Letterhead, but the alligator almost kills Raph until Leo is able to save him in the last second, and he decides to let Leo do follow the leader. And it actually causes Raph to cry. It just shows a different side to Raphael, since he's always butting heads with Leonardo. It shows that he does care for his family. He just doesn't like showing it. But he cries, wanting to hear Leo come back, but he's able to make a little bit of sound. But this is where we get Splinter's side of the story. But during all this, Baxter Stockman is investigating the rubble from the exploded building, and he decides to make his own evidence. He decides to grab a cloth that's red and make it look like one of the Ninja Turtles' masks, and he tries to give it to the Shredder at the end of the episode, but Shredder actually believes it, of course. But this is where Baxter is going to go on his next plan, which will probably be taking down the Shredder. But during all this, Splinter gives his side of the story. That finally does wake up Leo, where this one's probably my favorite. It's where Splinter tells a story where he taught Leonardo how to face his fear of heights. Because while Splinter and Leo were searching for supplies in the sewer, apparently Leo got afraid of falling down, and so Splinter decides to test Leo so he can face his fears by having him be blindfolded and step on various poles, I'm pretty sure, until he finally gets to the top one. And then once he unreveals the blindfold, Leo actually gets scared, but he's able to finally overcome his fears when they go on another mission where they are attacked in the sewer, where they almost fall into the waterfall. But he's able to save Splinter, and he's able to overcome his fear. But Splinter did all this just so he can help Leo overcome his fear of heights. And he pulls out a grapple, and they escape. But this story finally wakes up Leo, who's still injured, but he's able to make a little bit of sound, and everyone's relieved that Leo's back, and even April and Casey hug, which shows their relationship is coming soon. But I think that's the episode with the Baxter Stockman revealing his plan. So this episode was definitely really good. I liked how they took their time with each story. The Turtles having their most reflective moments with Leonardo. It shows that they all care for Leonardo, despite his injuries. It shows the Turtles trying to lay low from the Shredder and to make their next move, but it shows that they want to put all their priority in Leonardo, which shows how good the Ninja Turtles family dynamic really works in stories like this. So I'd give this episode, why not, a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. It's definitely one of the highlight episodes for sure. The next episode's a filler episode, but I'm excited to talk about the next episode. It's going to be a lot of fun. So anyway, thanks for watching, and Turtle